Hey everyone, it's John Morley, and welcome once again to my channel, Positive Vibrational Waves. Welcome back to those of you that are joining us again, and if you're new, welcome for the first time. I hope you find the information inspiring and it's able to improve the quality of your life just a little bit more than you currently have today. If you do like my content, I would just ask you to do me a favor and please go ahead and click on the subscribe button at the lower right. Also, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And if you could, when the bell pops up, just go ahead and smash that bell so that you'll be notified of future video content that I publish here on YouTube. So this is bringing to the close a week of talking about signs from the universe. And we've talked about a lot this week and how different numbers mean things, repeating numbers mean things. But tonight, what I want to talk about is an inner knowing of science and universe. So one thing I want to mention to you, and I'm not going to get too in-depth with it, but something called quantum entanglement. So quantum entanglement actually means that if a particle was to exist and another particle was to be intermingled with it for even a short period of time, and then those particles were to be taken, let's say, light years away, many light years away, they still would have effects on each other, which is the general information about it. I could get a lot more specific, but I just wanted to give you the basic. So we're taking two things, and they're intermingled for just a little period of time, and then they're moved to a position in time that we can't even comprehend because it is so far. And in addition to that, the two particles actually have some very similar properties when they are apart, that they are communicating with each other. For example, in the one theory where the axis is depicted, and when you measure the axis, the other axis is actually going to be reversed. So one spinning one direction and one spinning the other direction. But just kind of rolling up and kind of wrapping up what we're talking about, science and the universe, I get a lot of people, there were people on forums today saying to me, John, this isn't real, it's just something that people use to sell books. And I have to tell you that I disagree with that. Yes, there are people in this world that want everything to happen today, they want everything to happen tomorrow or yesterday, and, everybody wants to push blame on everyone else, but the real truth of the matter is that it's not anyone else's fault. It's your own fault for where you are today. Now, you may not like me for saying that, but that's the truth. You are today where you are because of the thoughts and the actions you've taken 30, 60, 90, 120, or 365 days ago. Okay, that's really important. And I say that to you because, these guidelines, these techniques, these tips, they will help you. And the law of attraction does work, but I want you to understand that it's not a magic bullet. It's not a button that you just press and, poof, things just change your life. It doesn't work like that. Everything in life is a process. It is a gradual process. So when you start to focus on things, the things that you want in your life, the types of goals you're going after, and you really focus on them, you're going to see that your mind and your brain is going to focus on those things. I'm going to give you an example. So today I was working on something, and I actually have another channel as well. And this other channel that I have, didn't just come about because I decided I want to create another channel. I was working on something, and something that I was thinking about all day, and another thing kept coming to my mind, and I kept doing research, and I kept saying, well, gee, how can I make that happen? Not, I can't do it. It was just, how do I make that happen? And I kept asking that question to my brain like a million times today. Maybe not physically asking it, but my subconscious was asking that question. John, how do you do this? How do you make this happen? And I was in front of the computer for quite a while today, and I was just researching things, looking at other YouTube videos, and then it hit me that, what I need to do is something I already know how to do. It's something that I kind of put in a closet, and something that was on my desk, and something that is pretty amazing, and I'll share this other channel with you guys later once it releases, probably in a few days to a week. But the thing is that something that I had really a passion for, just like I have passion for improving our lives and helping other people, I had this passion that got rebirthed by just seeing something. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. I know how to do that. And then I spent a good couple hours just working with a new tool. And this tool that I had never used before, and I'm like, I can learn this. I can actually, I can work with this. And I can make a really good video by using this tool. So what am I trying to tell you? Quantum physics, the law of attraction, signs in the universe. What are signs in the universe? Well, signs in the universe are things like numbers, repeating numbers. We talked about the angel numbers. It's also things like, if maybe a stranger comes to you, and maybe that stranger talks to you about something that resonates in your life. Somebody doesn't even know you and sends you a message or gives you some advice without even knowing your situation. That's not coincidence. Or maybe you're in your office or you're on the street and you happen to see someone in a certain t-shirt and it has a phrase on it. But you don't just see that t-shirt. Maybe you see a similar t-shirt or you see a similar phrase and it's pointing to the same thing. That is not a coincidence, ladies and gentlemen. That is the universe talking to you. Now, the universe is extremely intelligent. And what I think you're going to hopefully find as you watch many of my videos and stay with me, that our life is always evolving, it's always changing. And where we're putting our focus, where we're putting our energy on is where the energy is going to flow, where things are going to manifest. I know sometimes it can get frustrating. I get it. I understand it. But you have to stay positive. That is so, so critical. Another thing that I want you to understand about science of the universe is maybe you're going to do something. Maybe you're dating a particular person, but maybe you're getting this, this feeling in your heart or this uneasiness in your stomach. And it's not the nervousness that you get, or butterflies in your stomach. It's not that. You're getting this feeling. Maybe it's being nauseous. Maybe it's feeling really good. Whatever it is, listen to your body. So if your body is giving you a sign or a feeling that indicates joy in your life, well, that means that you're on your right path and that you're taking the right steps, and just keep going down that path. Keep thinking that way. If you're starting to feel a little bit uneasy, if you're starting to feel like your stomach's bothering you, or you're feeling nauseous, or you're just feeling uneasy about a person or a situation, that's a sign too, ladies and gentlemen. That's a sign that this person, that this situation may not be right for you. This relationship, this friendship may not be right for you. It could be something as simple as a job that you're going for. And maybe everything in the job is exactly what you want, but you're getting this uneasiness feeling, and you keep getting it. And it's not because you're not qualified or anything like that, because you're really qualified. It's because this isn't the right path for you. And I know this sounds really strange, ladies and gentlemen, but it is the truth. Many years ago, I would never have believed this. But if something doesn't happen to you today, or something doesn't go the way you want it to happen today, there is a reason why that's happening. It's because something is better happening for you in the future, or because the reason that it didn't happen was to protect you. And again, something is better going to happen in the future. Our brain and our mind is so powerful. And if we just understand that the vibes in the universe, they're all around us. We just have to tune to the radio station, if you want to think about it like this, of, how do I make it happen? Not, I can't make it happen and be frustrated. Look to the universe for solutions. Ask questions like, how do I do this? How do I make this happen? That's the kind of questions you want to be asking yourself. So if you're asking questions like, I can't do this, or this is impossible, you need to change the verbs you're using in your head. You need to become positive. You need to think about how you can do something. And like I said, today, I was working on one particular project, and I was working on trying to get something to work. And as I was working through that, I'm like, halfway through it, I'm like, wait a minute, there isn't really a point to this, because this isn't going to have any benefit for me or anyone else. And then suddenly I got this epiphany to start looking down another path. And then about a half hour, an hour later, I'm like, really, I can do this. I can make this change. I can do this. And I have the skills to do this. So I think a lot of times, when we hear the universe and we hear people saying, gee, this is going to happen, or you hear people saying, well, gee, that's never going to happen to you, or, that's not going to happen. I was reflecting back on a very interesting book that I read called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm sure you know it. And something really interesting that came to my mind today as I was reminiscing this. We are conditioned by the people around us, and they put things in our mind and our brain. But realize nobody has the right to put these things in our brain. So you need to be thinking about, what are people saying in front of you? And you need to not let people program you. They don't have the right to do that. So if you're getting programmed by somebody, just stop and say, wait a minute, that's not true. That's not reality. I can do that. Or just because somebody else couldn't do something, or because they're negative and they don't want to try something, or they have a bad view of something. Take the opposite of that view and say, how can I make that happen? What can I do to make that happen? You want to make $1,000 a day, $3,000 a day. The question is not, oh, that's impossible. Nobody does that. No, the question is, how do I make that happen? How do I earn $1,000, $3,000, $4,000 a day? How do I make that happen? How do I get passive income? How do I get connected with people that can help be my teachers like myself? How do I get connected with these people that are going to help make a real amazing, priceless change in your life? And I have never been so excited about, the work I'm doing in helping others, like, doing this channel. And I know right now we're starting with some small subscribers and we're going to grow. But, I'm doing this and I'm learning from it. And I have to believe that if I can help one person in the world change the way they are, change their belief and become more positive, and to see that you have so much more than you believe you have. So if you just change the desire, the belief, and the expectancy, and you start thinking positively about your life and about what's happening, and asking the questions of, how do I do that? Okay, not, I can't do that, or that's impossible, or no one ever does that, or, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to do that. No, how can I do that? What can I do? What steps can I take to do that? These are the questions you have to start asking your brain. Remember, we said in the very, very beginning, if you treat your brain a certain way, and if you do route, which is one way you can get the brain to reprogram, or you can change methodologies of how you condition your brain, such as the activities you do, how you treat your brain. And again, you're all extremely intelligent. It's just that for a long period of time, everyone has been conditioned to believe what's on the TV, what's in the newspaper, what they see outside. That's what everybody's conditioned on. Okay, they don't realize that the map is not the territory. And that is something I learned a long time ago from when I took NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which we'll learn more about that through the videos that I share with you. You have so much immense potential to tap things in your brain. And if you remember, I said to you that, when you make friends with someone or you have a relationship, every day with that person is a difference in your life, is like opening up another present, is like opening up a new book. You're seeing something for the first time. And if you have a relationship with someone else and you explore similar things, that concept you have or that way of life is going to change. Maybe it's going to improve even more because that person might have a different way of approaching it. Of course, you always want to be around people that are positive. But when somebody is making you feel negative, or someone is demeaning you, or someone is just not giving you the credit that you deserve, okay? I'm not talking about someone that's saying, to get off your rear end and get going. I'm not saying that. That's motivation. I'm saying someone that is constantly putting you down, someone that is putting you down because there's a real secret to this. The reason they're putting you down, it's not because you're bad. The reason a lot of people are putting you down and giving you this real ego crash is because they're scared. You are becoming immensely powerful. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If you don't have people in your life that are trying to say no to you or trying to discourage you, it means that you are not trying hard enough. If you're trying to achieve a goal and there's people out there that are saying no, or there's people out there that are trying to stop you, they're trying to put roadblocks in front of you, that's all they are, is temporary roadblocks. And they can all be moved so that you can get through. Now, it may take a little bit of creative effort to figure out how to get through that roadblock, but you can get through that roadblock. Perseverance, determination, desire, belief, and expectancy. So again, if everything in your life, is treating you like peaches and cream, and, no one is giving you a slightly hard time, then, my friend, you're not trying hard enough. You're not using all the skills that our Creator has given you. Because if you're starting to use the skills that our Creator has given you, you're going to start, I don't want to say scaring, but you're going to start really wowing people. Do you know that less than, I'm going to say 5% of our nation uses all those skills? Less than our entire population uses less than 2% of their brain. Uses 2% of their brain. Just by you taking these videos and watching them, you've already learned some techniques about how to remember someone's name or how to memorize something. Thinking about life as a journey, because it is a journey. And a wise mentor once told me, if you're starting to see failure, don't see failure as failure, but only as a way to practice your techniques and perfect your performance. Don't see failure as failure, but just as a way to laugh and get back up on your feet again. Don't see failure as failure, but see it as a way to course correct your life. Every day, our life can be challenging. So you gotta suit up. And, you gotta get out there and you gotta believe in yourself. Even if other people don't believe in you right now, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your end game. You have to believe in your vision. Because our world is extremely competitive. And I don't know why, but a lot of people don't want to see you succeed. It's not because you're a bad person. It's because that person is conditioned to believing that if they treat you that way, then maybe you won't become, half as successful or more successful than they are. And I have the opposite belief that if I want to get successful and be more successful, I want to help more people. Because it's just going to be a positive viral effect that is going to be so astounding, people aren't going to stop talking about it. And I know that every day in my life, I strive to make amazing content for you guys. Because when I do that, it helps you, but it helps me become a better person. It helps me look at the things I'm doing and making sure that I'm doing what I need to do to achieve my goals. If you learn just one thing from watching a video from me, then I have done such an amazing thing for you. If my videos get you to share them with other people and they get to improve the quality of their lives and you're in those people's lives, don't worry about whether they're going to be more successful than you. Worry about how this is going to affect their life and you're going to interact together. And together, there's potential for you both to be more successful. See, look at things as a team. Look at things as the whole picture. Everyone looks at something from, this small little fragment, or this little teeny tiny puzzle, or this tiny glass, or this little tiny chip, or just one side of a coin, or just the way something appears today. Okay? Or what someone says today. Again, the map is not the territory. If you realize that and truly believe that, then tomorrow's world can become the world that you already have created in your brain. The universe loves to challenge us, and it's not for a bad reason. The universe challenges us to make sure that we're going to be able to take our dreams and take them to that next level. Because if we didn't get challenged, then we wouldn't be growing. If we don't push the envelope just a little bit further each day, then we're not growing. A wise mentor once told me, if we're not growing every day, we're dying. So I don't know about you, but I want to be growing every single day of my life. Every single day of my life. I feel there's so much to learn on our earth from so many different people, from so many different mentors, from different experiences. And there's so much to learn from our mistakes, from other people's mistakes. And there's also so much to learn from being part of this world. And what do I mean by that? Well, if we start to develop our intuition more, and we start to meditate, and we start to get drawn to things, we're going to start to feel things that we didn't feel before, things that are going to draw us to certain situations like a magnet. And that's where, my friends, law of attraction comes in. You see, think of it like this. If you have a magnet, electromagnet, you turn it on, it suddenly attracts other metal to it, right? If your brain is thinking about something, maybe it's making $1,000, maybe it's making $3,000, whatever it is, and you're thinking about that, your brain is nonstop thinking about how do I attract that money? Not that I can't attract it, how do I attract it? So your brain is going to be thinking about ways that you can attract it and be extra alert for situations where the opportunities are going to be present. Now, everything in life is a numbers game. Let's face that, even sales. But if you are not able to identify opportunities or even be ready to make that presentation or interact with those people, then again, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to become successful. You see, you don't get successful by laying in bed all day. You don't get successful by just meditating 24/7. There is a balance in life. So if you meditate in the morning, you meditate at lunchtime, you meditate at night, there's still things you have to do by taking inspired action. It's not just, okay, I'm going to meditate and it's going to happen. No. What that's going to do is it's going to drive your brain, your body to get attracted to certain situations, to get you to think of certain things, which are going to cause certain opportunities to become present in your life. Remember, I said to you a long time ago that when you are successful, that is becoming the best you can be, okay? And not affecting, hurting, or harming anyone else in the process. Now, it doesn't mean don't be competitive. It just means don't be backstabbing people. Don't be, trying to kill their egos. Their ego is just as important as your ego, and so is mine. And we have to respect that. And respect people are people. And if we could start to respect people, other people are going to want to be around you more. I have found that since I've adapted this mentality a while back, the people that I'm attracting into my life, it doesn't happen every day, but the people that I'm attracting into my life are amazing. And I get amazed by them and they get amazed by me. And this is what law of attraction is. So if you want to think of it like this, you want to make the $1,000 or the $3,000. What value can you bring to someone else or other people in the universe? How can you help someone? How can you transfer that value? When you transfer that value, you're naturally going to attract people to want to pay for your time and your services. See, the problem with most salespeople out there when they go out there and sell is they're always pushing for what's in their pocket, what's going to make them their fast buck. It's not what's going to do something for the client. This is what's so important, and most of our world doesn't get it. We have to produce videos that are good for other people. I can't produce videos that I want to produce. That's why I want your feedback. And the same thing when you go on a sales call or you go on a date. You want to become interested, not interesting. And you want to understand that when you're in this universe, there is an entire world. There's an entire big picture. And you may not see this big picture today, tomorrow, or 7 days from now, or maybe even 30 days from now. But when you get a hold of this picture, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life? It's been right in front of your nose. You just didn't bother to open up your real eyes and pay attention to things that were right there before you. Right? You didn't put the attention and the focus into it. You became so distracted into what other people were saying that you didn't quiet those little monkeys that were on your back and trying to distract you. That's why meditation is so important, because it helps program the subconscious and it helps to keep you conditioned so that your brain is putting a program in that is going to make you that that's going to make you that $1,000, a couple $1,000. You might have heard the phrase a long time ago, teach a man to fish and he'll live on it for a lifetime. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Again, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. The techniques that I'm sharing with you and that I am hoping you'll choose to employ in your life is exactly that. I'm teaching you how to fish for a lifetime. So that if you lose that 1,000 or you lose that sale, you can get back up on your feet again and you can attract more opportunities. That's what it's about, my friends. I have enjoyed spending this time with you this week on signs from the universe, quantum entanglement, understanding that, and knowing that our universe is all connected, and that when you feel something, when you get a dream, when you get repetitive things happening to you, don't just brush them off. When somebody comes to you that you haven't seen in a long time, pay particular attention to it. If there's a road closed, pay attention to it. Is it diverting you somewhere? Is it making you go past a restaurant or go past an office or go past somebody's house that you normally don't go by? I'm just giving you ideas, but it could be anything like this. Just be attentive to what's happening in your life. And when you are this attentive, you're going to manifest miracles. I know you don't believe me, but that's what's going to happen to you. My name is John Morley. I want to thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. If you like my content, please go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Go ahead and smash the thumbs up and also smash the subscribe button so YouTube will serve this out to other people, because I know the quality of this video and the content that I'm providing you is something that's going to change your life and it's going to change others. And I thank you for choosing to share it. Again, my name is John Morley. I'll be back tomorrow, even though it's Labor Day, and I'll have an entirely new theme that we're going to be having videos for the whole week, and something I think that's really going to change your life and something that we haven't talked about before. I wish you a great night, and I will see you tomorrow, and have a great Labor Day.